Today is Black Friday, and to some people, it can be the most hectic time of the year, where you're going to various stores getting the best deals on plasma screen TVs, video game consoles, or in my case, Funko Pop figures. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today, as I'm going on a Funko Pop hunt for Black Friday, and I'll be specifically going to, and I can officially say this now, my local EB Games, since they finally switched the sign since I was last there, as they do have a buy two get one free sale on Pops. So hopefully there are Pops there that I haven't purchased yet that I've been delaying on because of sales like this. And if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But nonetheless, let's head over to EB Games. And as we're inside of EB Games, the first thing I see are a couple of the newer Office Pops like Meredith Palmer and the Michael Scott with the speech bubble, which I think that's the first time I'm seeing maybe the Michael Scott, but I think I did see the Meredith previously. I'm gonna have to dig through this to see if the other ones are there. And right above those Pops, I do notice the new SpongeBob wave for the upcoming movie. We got Squidward, SpongeBob as the Flying Dutchman, SpongeBob SquarePants with the pirate suit, Patrick Star, and Mr. Krabs, which unfortunately the Flying Dutchman glow-in-the-dark Pop is not here because that is exclusive to Amazon. Some other newer Pops I notice are some of the Stranger Things Pops, which I think these are the first time I'm seeing these specific ones because, of course, in our USA Funko Pop hunt from last week, we did see some of the exclusive ones from Target and Walmart. I do see a Steve Harrington, a Lucas, a Nancy, and a Jonathan. Above here, we do have the ever so creepy Skibbity Toilet Funko Pop. I actually do notice right here for the first time the Oscar the Grouch and Count Pops for the Sesame Street lineup, which I wonder, is this Pop actually the flocked version? No, it is not. I thought that the flocked version would be coming here to EB Games. And then right beside it are the new Scooby-Doo Pops with the 3D glasses. I think this is the first time I'm seeing these here. And when it comes to the Pokemon section, it looks like the usual Pokemon Pops that we normally see. Besides, I believe one of the newest ones here is the Ninetales, which I did see the bigger version here, which we're going to show off in a little bit. A couple of other newer Pops I haven't seen yet in person are the Marvel Rivals Pops with Magneto Magic and Luna Snow. We also have Jeff the Land Shark, which is actually really cool to see. I know a lot of people really liked this character when it came to the video game. And then right here we do have the newer Funko Fusion Pops with Freddy Fazbear. There's also the Mega Man in this set. I'm not sure what else is there. Oh, and also Invincible 2. I'm assuming that the chases that go along with all three of these characters would probably be gone by now. I do see an Alien Pop from Toy Story, which looks to be the only Toy Story Pop left from someone probably getting some for the brand new deal that's going on. We got newer Nightmare Before Christmas Pops, which I believe these are part of the Patchwork set. We got some DC Pops above here, like that newer Batman that's exclusive to here at EB Games, or it would have been GameStop. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, did I just talk about this recently? I did. This is actually the newer limited piece, 9,500 piece Bruce Wayne and Ace from Batman Beyond. Really cool to see that. And of course, there is the limited edition sticker with the 9,500 piece count to prove it. And then another newer Pop I noticed here is the Skeletor Until We Meet Again meme Pop, which this should have been the way that they did it, besides the original one that they did earlier this year. And as we look at the top row to see if we can spot anything new, I do notice right here some of the newer Superman Pops with those really awesome box art designs, to the point where people thought this was going to be the Superman NFT set that was rumored before they eventually ended the Funko NFT line. And then right here we do have some of those sketching effect Disney Pops with Cruella de Vil and Cheshire Cat, and also some Bob's Burgers Pops with Bob, Calvin, Gail, I believe that's it, and Jimmy Jr. And then when looking on the shelf with the bigger size Pops, I do notice the Steve with the radio van, which it's a bit weird because I could have sworn that when I saw this at Target last week that this was a much bigger Pop, or at least a much bigger box than what we have here. Maybe I just didn't realize it until now. We do see some Pops that we normally see here, but this is the first time I'm seeing the exclusive Xenomorph with Jonesy, where you can actually see the little Popified version of Jonesy which is cool. And of course, the Xenomorph right there. Right here, we got the 1987 dunk contest for Michael Jordan. We got the 4 different pops, essentially, when he's about to do the slam dunk, which is pretty cool to see. I just don't know if it really needed to be done in this specific way. A 10-inch Tengen. And then also, this is actually the first time I'm noticing the newer specification, I guess you can say, pop stacks or pop protectors, where we have the bloody one here, the snowflake, and then we have the slime pop protector, the glow-in-the-dark Kurama from Naruto, and then a sleeping space Godzilla. I was just gonna say Godzilla itself. And then, like I brought up earlier, not only do we have the Slowpoke 10-inch pop, but there are a couple of the 10-inch Ninetales that are normally exclusive to Target. We got the Bitty Pop displays with Harry Potter, X-Men, My Little Pony, a couple of the, was it like that one anime, Dadan, yeah, I think that's it. Another one of those Tengens, Spy Family, some comic covers of Spider-Man, Batman, rides for One Piece and Tron, and then a couple of multi-packs, including, once again, that New Age Outlaws 2-pack. And then over here in the Pocket Pop and Minis display, there's a couple of new ones I noticed, like the SpongeBob to go along with those SpongeBob pops. I actually have never realized until now about the singular Bitty Pop 2-pack right here. Behind here, I do notice the Wing Karibo Pocket Pop, which I don't think I'm ever planning on getting that. Let me actually get a little bit more of a focus of the box. There we go. More 2-packs for Pocket Pops. And then we got ourselves some Bitty Pops with, of course, the way they do them now, where they reveal what the chase is instead of covering up, like this Dragon Ball one right here. And then speaking of some newer Bitty Pop related things, we actually do have the Bitty Pop stages with BTS. Of course, it's the different members with pieces of the stage that you can put together. And then we got the arcades right here, and I do notice actually they actually have a restock of that alien from Toy Story, which I don't know, maybe I get that, but where was this when we had the other sale about like 5 months back? And then at the other side of the store with the other toy display, I did notice some of these AEW action figures, but the reason I wanted to show you guys is because when I dug through this, and it's not too often that you actually see this, behind here is actually the chase variant, or the rare version of this exact figure right here. That's 1 out of 3,000 of them, which is actually pretty cool to see. And then in this section, I actually do notice that I didn't even know that EB Games carried any Fig Pin related items with these mini mystery ones, and there's even a Yu-Gi-Oh one, which you never know, I might contemplate on getting that. But the reason I came to this section is that this is the first time that I'm seeing in person the Rocky Moto section. EB Games became the home of Rocky Moto here in Canada, and so we have a bin here, or a case, of their specific figures. I don't remember the names of any of these characters, but right here we do have the display of, more specifically, the Rocky Moto Peanuts figures, which are really awesome to see. I know good old Tristan from Top Pops, who goes to this specific store quite frequently, actually has been picking up a lot of these specific ones. And then something that got added to my specific location is a display case of Pokemon cards. Now here at EB Games, they do sell singular Pokemon cards, which is really awesome to see. They even have their own little account on Collector to get prices. There's a Charizard EX that I'm gonna have to tell my brother about. I do see an Umbreon. There's also Hop Snorlax. Quite a bit of cool cards to see so far. And then one last display we have is Pokemon with a 10-inch Gardevoir, some Snubbles, Quaxley. We got the Ninetales again, Fidough, Dratini, Chimchar, and we got Sprigatito right here. And then I did notice across the way, I forgot that this is open now, is the brand new Miniso store. If this will focus in, there we go. There's Miniso right there. We may have to go inside of there.
Shout out goes to Sentinel107 and Duh Unacceptable Viewer.
And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and short that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot. So definitely consider it, but let's get right back to the video. All right, so we are back from EB Games, and in case you were wondering, I did go inside and check out Miniso, where I really enjoyed the Toy Story blind boxes that they had there, but I just couldn't justify wanting to pay $18.99 Canadian per box. And unfortunately with the Office Pops, there were only the 2 that you saw in the video there, so I couldn't do the buy 2 get 1 free sale, which also means that I didn't end up getting anything while I was there. However, I do have a package that I got from the Funko shop, which this specific Funko Pop I have is a part of the limited edition lineup. So let's unbox it and check it out.
And this pop is actually not going to be in my collection. This is actually going to MD Shady. This is actually a birthday present that I picked up for him. Managed to get the top done. They actually wrapped this up in bubble wrap and actually put it inside of a sorter. So this should be interesting to see if this actually comes minty fresh. So here we go, guys. There it is. We have ourselves the Funko Pop Plus Homer on scale from The Simpsons. And as you can see on the bottom right, it is limited to 5,000 pieces and is an ultra rarity pop. Let's actually take a look at that. This is actually the first time I'm holding a pop with that special limited edition sticker instead of the usual QR code. And even though this does seem like a good hard stack, I know exactly where to get a better hard stack from our friends over at Evo Retro, where they specialize in various protectors for your favorite collectibles like Pokemon, Funko Pops, and even die-cast Hot Wheels. And the hard stack that the Buzz Lightyear is in is the one from our friends over at Evo Retro, and it's such a great hard stack with a magnetic lid to guarantee that this thing ain't going anywhere. If you want a bit of a discount, use our promo code MDK10 for 10% off of your order, no matter the minimum amount.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.